This is Solo P1. Welcome to F1 Debrief episode 36. It is late. This was supposed to be recorded in July, but it is what it is. We are now at the end of September. We're about to approach the fall, as I say in America, in the UK, where we are. It's basically autumn. We are in the autumn now, actually. But we're here to talk about Formula One Spa. This is the debrief. We used to talk about analysis and data and stuff like that, which basically most of us don't even know what we're talking about. But we're here to talk about the race anyway. Just a quick one. And we already done the live review, but this is like going to be trying. We're going to try and do it in more detail. But we're going to bring in Mike Coke, who's my partner in crime on the channel. But before I bring him in, for all the people listening on iTunes and Spotify, remember to recommend the video and to like the video and give iTunes some feedback on the video as well. And please follow us on any platform, really. Wherever you get your podcasts, we're on there. Just check me out. So I'm going to bring in Mike Coke, who's my partner in crime. He's TOTO. Abba.
Yeah, big up.
There you go. It's TOTO Hammer. Welcome. We're here to talk about, we're here to talk about what's going on in what happened at Spa with that win from, can't even tell my volume down for some reason, for that win in Spa. So what you say, man, for that win that Lewis inherited after George Russell's mistake. He said he was underweight. We don't know what's going on there, but it is what it is. He said he was underweight, and Lewis inherited the win. So before, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, doing well. It's been trying to recap the Spa race. It was a really good race. I do remember the strategy.
Yeah.
Of course, Mercedes did to get the 1 and 2, but of course Russell got disqualified. But how I'm feeling so far, feeling good. Glad to be back to do F1 videos again.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm glad as well.
Long time, but of course F1's on a break now. How many breaks do they get a year?
Too many.
Yeah. But yeah, overall good.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over it a little bit. We know we don't like really to go over 15 minutes on these, between 10 and 15 minutes. But yeah, we're gonna go straight into it because it is the debrief. Everybody was looking at the strategy at the end. A lot of people were saying, even Charles Leclerc, how did Russell make that last? How did Russell make the one stop last? We don't know. Hamilton was a bit, suspicious about it. Why they thought, they said to him that he wouldn't let the one stop wouldn't work, but obviously it worked with Russell. So when Russell pitted, I forgot what lap it was. He did pit. I don't even know where he pitted, but he did pit, and he made the one stop last. All the other drivers made the 2 stop. What was your thoughts on the Russell, the one stop strategy? Did you think it was going to work?
No, because it weren't predicted.
No,
it weren't predicted by Pirelli. Weren't predicted by the other team. He beat the data, and I remember saying this. He beat the data. I remember saying this on the race review. Russell did beat the data.
Yeah.
Because usually, teams nowadays go by the computers. They go by, what tire to use. They'll go by like what lap.
Yeah.
What tire predicted, the weather. They go by all that. It's all on the computer. But Russell decided to take strategy into his own hands. And no, he pulled off towards the end. But I was thinking to myself, there's got to be something fishy, because how come, made the one strategy work? It was surprising. It was surprising. And I was like, there's got to be something wrong. And, of course, he got DQ'd. But what I thought about it, it was an amazing strategy. What I thought about it.
Yeah, because nobody thought that was going to... This is what I'm saying. That goes back to what I always said about the old drivers when they used to say, let the man drive. The man knows in the car how far the car can go. I know you got all these data analysis, and it does benefit to the car. But say Russell would have listened to the data analysis and the engineers, he would have came in a bit. It would have came in, done the 2 stop. But because he was, I know Hamilton was obviously in front of him during the race, so Hamilton had first digs on strategy. But Hamilton tends to listen to Bono a lot. We know this already over the years with Lewis Hamilton. He's more of a data-driven driver. I think Russell is more instinct driver. more like an old school driver where they know when to come in. Um, Hamilton relies on Bono a lot. We know this. There's nothing wrong with that. It depends on the driver. Um, I think Max is like that as well. I think Max is a bit like Russ. No, Max is a bit like Lewis. Relies on data and his engineer. But Russell, you know what I mean? He rolled the dice. He came in. He came in. He stayed out late. I don't know even know when he pitted. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out the lap he pitted, but he pitted late anyway, and he made them. And he made them tires last, and he won the race at the end, as we thought. And then all of a sudden, now they were saying his car was underweight. So his car was underweight. I don't know how Mercedes managed to bowl that up. Let's face it. The car was underweight. I'm not sure if he didn't eat his diet, and maybe that might go down to his food. Maybe he didn't eat too much. He should have maybe ate less, and he should have ate more. That because Lewis Hamilton, all the other drivers were fine, but he wasn't. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure if he had a curry the night before, and then it was a questionable curry. And then when he went on the toilet, obviously he done his business. And when he came into the car, he was dehydrated. I don't know. We're never gonna know. But he was underweight. So they gave the race to Lewis Hamilton. Now, at the end, when all it finished and then the news started coming in, I was a bit kind of gutted for Lewis because Lewis kind of got robbed of a victory. He got the victory, but the podium and that. So he never got the podium and that. But Russell was moaning, saying that he didn't really that he won the race. Sorry, Russell, you didn't win the race. Hamilton won the race. The rules are rules. Are there. There, you can't break the rules. He broke the rules, or the team broke the rules. It was down to the team, and he didn't win it. So, what's your thoughts on Lewis inheriting the win after?
I thought, it was the right decision. Like you said, rules are there to be followed. And being slightly underweight can give that slightly extra pace to the car, especially the chassis as well. It's a light chassis. The performance of the car is going to be affected. Any little bit underweight is going to be affected. If you've got a heavy driver, they're going to be slow on the straights. So that's why, diet is really, really important to drivers. Because if you're slightly underweight, and you're giving yourself that advantage on the corners, that your car will feel lighter and better on the straights. Because if you're lighter, you're going to be faster on the straights, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like in karting, for an example. If you've got a heavyweight driver and you've got a lightweight driver, the lightweight driver tends to be better on the corners.
Yeah.
Maybe on the straights. Depends on what car you got. But with Formula One, professional sport, it's really, really important. And Russell, good strategy. I'm not going to take away from him. It was a good strategy. It was a good gamble. But if you're slightly underweight and you're giving yourself an advantage, should be disqualified. There's no.
That's what I mean. Rules are rules. Rules are rules.
Yeah.
And if it was the reverse and Lewis Hamilton was in front and he won, and then they found out down the road that he was underweight and Russell inherited the lead, you would see the same fans saying, "Oh yeah, Russell, it's fair," because we know how it goes with the Lewis Hamilton and certain parts of the community, how they would react. We saw how they reacted. They said, "Nah, Lewis don't deserve to win. It is what it is." He didn't win the race. That's all I can really say about it. Really, I think the strategy worked for Russell. He rolled the dice, but the only thing he was underweight. I'm not blaming Russell. It's down to the team or his dietitian, like we've just been talking about his diet. It could be a number of things that we'll never know. We're not privy to know. We're just YouTubers who release videos and hope for the best that we get likes. Let's face it. So it's obviously it's something with the team. They're going to keep that under wraps. Maybe we'll find that out at Drive to Survive, which, let's face it, 99% of that is orchestrated, but we never know. We can hope.
It's all for the cameras now, this Formula One is.
Yeah, I think it says on there. I'm trying to think when he repeated. So followed by a lap on that. Lap 10, Russell Verstappen almost got, it's not saying on there. I'm trying to, can you find out? I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll talk about it another time. But yeah, that's a Spa debrief episode 36. Thanks for joining us today, Toto. We're going to do another one tomorrow, guys. We are 3 behind, so we're gonna put them out and look out for them on the audio podcast as well. So anything you want to say before we leave?
No, nothing really. I say is catch on my socials. Of course, my league race was cancelled this week. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
So next week, Sunday, of course, there'll be a race. I don't know what it is. I think it's Silverstone next. So got to get practicing. I practiced for this Saudi Arabia. You know, I was
Yeah.
getting really good at it, and then it got cancelled. Silverstone, you know, it's one of my diamond tracks. So I think
Oh
it's
yeah. Like yeah, man.
Silverstone this week. Hard is going to be a couple hard braking zones, but the rest is going to be fast bends.
You know
Uh,
what? Yeah, go on, carry on. Carry on.
and fast bends. You know, I'm racing for. I think I'm in the hards for this season. So
Mhm.
yeah, capture that on Sunday.
I've just found out what lap he pitted on. It was lap 10. He pitted on lap 10 and 44. He must have been starting on the soft tires, I don't know. But he pitted on lap 10 and there was 44 laps at Spa. He pitted on lap 10. So there you go. So that man let them tires last for 34 laps, man. You're gonna give him that? You're gonna give
Yeah.
him that? So that's this signing out. See you later, guys. I'm just going to say goodbye to the people on the audio podcast. Remember to recommend to the videos, recommend the audio to your friends. I'm on Spotify, I'm on Stitcher, I'm on all of them. Just type in Solo P1 F1. But I'm going to be changing the name. The name's going to be it's going to be Debrief. So I'm going to change the name to F1 Debrief. It's not going to be Solo P1. It's just going to be the Debrief. It's more easier. So big up to everybody. And that's it, man. See you later, Toto. Big up every
Yeah.
time. Bye.